17-year-old female patient presents to the emergency department with a today history of fever, myalgia, and painful eyes. She has recently returned from a trip to Demographic Republic of Congo. 17-year-old from Congo. She was not compliant with her antimalarial medication. Her trip due to gastrointestinal side effects. ఓకే. గ్యాస్ట్రోఇంటెస్టినల్ సైడ్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి she was not compliant with the antimalarials. She has temperature of 38, high fever. Next, clustered white lesions on her buccal mucosa and conjunctivitis. What is the likely diagnosis? So, what is the likely diagnosis? Measles? Yeah, measles is characterized by prodromal symptoms like koplik spots. Koplik spots అంటే క్వశ్చన్లు ఇచ్చారు. ఇవి క్లస్టర్డ్ వైట్ లీజన్స్ అండ్ బక్కల్ మ్యూకోసా. దిస్ ఈజ్ కాప్లిక్ స్పాట్. కాప్లిక్ స్పాట్ అంటే మీజిల్స్. Question is characteristic early signs of measles. Such as fever, conjunctivitis, and Koplik spots. Koplik spots are the clusters of white lesions on her buccal mucosa. They are pathognomic for measles. So there is a measles outbreak in the Demographic Republic of Congo that the World Health WHO has reported. World's largest, fastest moving epidemic. Dengue fever is incorrect because oral manifestations are rare in dengue fever. Gingival bleeding is the most common oral manifestation. So, Koplik spots indicates diagnosis of measles. Diphtheria. Diphtheria is an incorrect answer. High fevers, pharyngitis, dyspnea, cough, and grey pseudomembrane covering the tonsils. Grey pseudomembrane. Okay. Grey pseudomembrane covering the tonsils are typical signs of and symptoms of diphtheria. A grey dense pseudomembrane covering the tonsils is classically seen in diphtheria. గ్రే డెన్స్ సూడోమెంబ్రేన్ అన్నారంటే టాన్సిల్స్ మీద కవర్ అయ్యిందంటే డిప్థీరియా అనమాట. సో ఇట్ డిఫర్స్ ఫ్రమ్ కోప్లిక్ స్పాట్స్. కోప్లిక్ స్పాట్స్ ఓన్లీ సీన్ ఇన్ ద మీసిల్స్. Infection mononucleosis is different. It spreads through saliva. Infectious mononucleosis typically presents with fever and pharyngitis and mainly lymphadenopathy. That is tender lymphadenopathy. Tender lymphadenopathy main ఉంటుంది. Malaria also incorrect. She was not compliant with her anti-malarial medication. High fevers are suggestive of malaria in the returning travel. However, malaria would not account for the presence of koplik spots. That is the reason why the malaria is the wrong answer. Next, a 58-year-old man with type 2 diabetes mellitus presents with 6-month history of gradually worsening fungal nail infection involving numerous toenails that have now started to become painful, particularly on walking after previously declining treatment due. Yeah, 58-year-old man with type 2 diabetes mellitus presents with 6-month history of gradually worsening fungal nail infection involving numerous toenails and have now started to become painful, particularly on walking after um, after previously declining treatment due to the extent of infection associated with the tenderness alongside is background type 2 diabetes. You recommend treatment. The nail clippings confirm trichopython rubrum infection. You subsequently opt to treat him with the oral antifungal terbinafine. What is the mechanism of action of medication? Okay. Yeah, yeah. It binds to ergosterol forming transaminase channel. Leads to monovalent. No. Inhibits 14 alpha demethylase, which produces ergosterol. Inhibits synthesis of beta glucan. ఏమో అబ్బా నాకు చదివినట్టు గుర్తులేదు. Siculin expertise inhibits fungal enzyme Siculin expertise. Yeah, correct. Maybe. Yeah, terbilin inhibits fungal enzyme. Terbilin cellular death. Mm. అజోల్స్ ఏం చేస్తాయి? హ్మ్. ఫ్లూకోనజోల్. Inhibit 14 alpha demethylase. Produces ergosterol. Capsofungin inhibits synthesis of beta glucan. Griseofulvin. Griseofulvin interacts with microtubules. Spindle mitotic spindle. Griseofulvin. Capsofungin beta glucan. Azoles అయితే 14 alpha. హ్మ్. ఇది మరి నిస్టాటిన్ అండ్ అంఫోటెరిసిన్ బి? ఇది కూడా ergosterol binding forming transmembrane channel that leads to monovalent ion leakage. Mm, so terbinafine. Oh, yeah. So ergosterols and the cell wall. సో సీక్విలిన్ ఎపాక్సిడేజ్ అనేది గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. సీక్విలిన్ ఎపాక్సిడేజ్. యాహ్!